friends. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for showing up to practice with me. My name is David. As always, grateful to share these practices with you. And for this week, we're going to be doing a little more of that body mapping work that we were doing last week. Essentially, it's learning to work with what some call the body temple, but learning to really stretch the body out. And it's still considered yoga because ultimately we're maintaining the same level of integrity. And remember, yoga simply means union. And so in that union process, it's learning to connect to our physical body in movement, to watch the thoughts that surround the movement, but also learn to connect to the actual physical attributes of the body, whatever body part we happen to be working on. And for today's practice, working on what is called the niyamas in yoga. Niyamas are the things that we try to practice doing. And I'm going to take about 5-7 minutes or so to talk about this because the niyamas, the yamas we covered for 5 weeks. If you want to go back and check out those classes, please do so. That's the beginning foundation of the practice. Those are the things we try to restrain from doing. Try to restrain from lying, stealing, cheating, hurting people, just giving our energy out, from attaching to things. Now we start to go a little bit deeper and we start to focus on the things that we should practice doing. And the first one of the things in the niyamas, or the things that we want to practice doing, is what is called Saucha, or purification, or cleanliness. Now sometimes when we hear that word purification, we're like, oh God, what is this, some sort of Puritan practice? And I can understand that. When I first saw it, I was like, what? You're going to do what now? But purification is a slow drip process. It's not about doing everything at once. Again, yoga, in the understanding of how we suffer as human beings, it's looking very closely at the areas in our own personal life, our own life, of where maybe we could receive an upgrade. And so purification can be achieved through incorporating a practice of asana, which is the yoga poses, through pranayama, through breathing, and through practices of meditation. Saucha also means cleanliness. Cleanliness of mind through negative thoughts and thinking. Cleanliness of body by eating more foods that are clean and drinking more foods that are clean for the body system to be more efficient. And also for the soul, and that's negative emotions, emotions that are unwanted, that continue to show up for us, that we recognize, but we're not quite ready or not quite sure what to do with it. Cleanliness and purification of mind and soul includes releasing anger, hate, greed, pride, fear, negative talk. Okay? And so diving a little bit deeper into this, in the purification process, again, it's not about quote-unquote being a Puritan, but it's starting to recognize things like, what am I putting into my body? Let's start with the physical. What sort of things am I putting in my body day to day that are causing it to be tired, sleepy, less energetic, not awake, not alert, that are causing me to slip out of the present moment and move into a daydream? And there are a lot of foods, highly processed foods, highly caffeinated items, these sugary energy drinks with all sorts of interesting labels. These things are not that great for the body. And if we're really taking the time to look at this and want to move out of a state of ignorance, then take some time and go to the NCBI website and look up some of the chemicals that are in the food. This is not yoga woo-woo-woo stuff. This is biochemistry stuff. And I studied biology, and it's important to look at this stuff to understand, well, this is why these symptoms are coming up inside of my intestine. This is why I might be having this level of disease. When we take a food that is not meant for the body and over and over and over again introduce it to a system, it is going to eventually cause harm to the system. Things like clogging of arteries, eating things that have too high cholesterol. If we want the body to be more efficient, and listen, we're here only for a certain amount of time, I understand that. But if we want the system to work efficiently for us, then we have to learn to take better care of it. All right, things like the mind, that's on the food side of things. On the physical side, I think we all know this, bathing, washing regularly, you know, you can do things even like, there's things like enemas out there if you want to clean out the bowel system. In fact, there's a lot of bacteria and fungus in that area that maybe doesn't belong there due to the items we've been eating. And so taking some time, doing a little research on it first, because sometimes topics like that, people go, oh, gross. But listen, it's just taking care of the body just like you take care of your car. That's all it is. You know, we don't have to get into our heads about it, but unfortunately a lot of people do, and they end up suffering because they're like, oh, this is gross or this is disgusting, rather than how can I just take care of the body so I have a more enjoyable life and not have so much baggage hanging over me from states of dis-ease. That's other examples. You know, cutting your toenails regularly, cleaning yourself, washing your hair, basic things. Other forms of Saucha. You know, what are we watching? You know, if we're watching constantly violent things, well, that's going to give us more of an aptitude towards violence. We're going to be sometimes more in a fear state if we're constantly watching things like murder mysteries, which, listen, I have my own stuff. I don't mind enjoying a little bit of that. But if we are watching certain things on a continual basis that are creating a sense of neurosis inside of us, then it's not pure, it's not clean, and we have to let go of it. If we're watching, you know, reality TV shows, which, by the way, isn't reality, it's all scripted, but if we're watching reality TV shows all the time, and we're developing talk tracks from the stuff that we're watching, negative mindsets from the things that we're watching, then we have to look at that and maybe step away from it, take a diet. If we're addicted to the news, if we're addicted to the stock market, which I have been before in the past. In fact, I have a teacher that helps me work with this stuff. If we're not looking at this and we're constantly being intercepted by negative thoughts, somebody else's opinions, somebody else's stuff, then we're going to get caught up in that, and then we're going to carry that narrative around with us. We're going to talk about it to other people. That has a potentiality to drag them down too. We have to take an honest look at this stuff if we want to end our own personal suffering, but also recognize how we are adding to somebody else's. Finally, things like, how are we dealing with quote-unquote soul stuff? You know, are we feeding it with hate? Are we feeding it with anger? Are we feeding it with greed? Are we feeding it with too much pride and fear? You know, if we're not looking at this stuff, if we're not looking at our fear, if we're not looking at our egos, we're going to continue to be crowded by it. We're going to continue to be affected by it. And the same cycles of patterns of the stuff we're always talking about and complaining about are going to continue carrying on. And again, the definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over again until we make a shift and change. Because as always, as I've said before, the lowest common denominator is always ourself in any situation. So we have to learn to remove certain things, and that typically means removing ourself from that experience in order to gain a deeper sense of what purification and cleanliness is all about. I hope that makes sense for everybody, and I look forward to getting into our practice. For today, we're going to start first sitting. It's going to be more chunky today rather than flow to flow to flow, but it's so that we can work on certain body parts. We're first going to start off with breathing. Hands on knees, palms face down, lift the chest up, close the eyes. Begin to let go of your day. Let go of your week. Let go of what's next and what's to come. Begin to feel into the inhales and exhales. Feel the depth of the breath, the pace of the breath, and the balance in the breath. let's begin to breathe together. Please take a long, slow, full, deep breath in. Fill lungs up. Exhale, letting it go. Long, slow, full, deep breath in. Fill lungs up. Exhale, letting it go. Long, slow, full, deep breath in. Fill lungs up. Exhale, letting it go. Continue breathing on your own. And as you breathe on your own, check in with your bodies. Observe how they feel. Is there any tension, stress, tightness, soreness, imbalances of any kind? As we move deeper into our practice, breathe deep, take breaks, most importantly, listening to your body. Observe how your body feels. Place the left hand over the heart, place the right hand on the navel, lift the chest up. And let's set an intention for our practice today. If you have a personal goal you're working on, if you're working on cleaning some things up in your lives, really making a dedicated effort to let that be an intention day to day that we work on and focus on. Please take a long, slow, full, deep breath in. Fill your lungs all the way up to the top, holding the breath. Sip in a little bit more air. Focus on an intention, see it happening, be clear, be specific with it. Exhale, letting it go. Let's begin with an Om. Inhale. Long, slow, deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. Release the hands down to the knees, softly blinking the eyes open. Let's switch the crossing of our legs. As you switch the crossing of our legs, first, just some basic movements. We're first going to start off with our face. I just want you to just start to kind of stretch your face out, lift the eyebrows upwards, and then gently kind of frown the face a little bit. Inhale, lift the eyebrows upwards. We never stretch the face. Exhale, just frown a little bit. Inhale, lift eyebrows upwards. Exhale, frown a little bit. Now on the inhale, blow the cheeks outwards. Exhale, relax. Inhale, blow the cheeks outwards. Exhale, relax. Inhale, blow the cheeks outwards, maybe lift the eyebrows. Exhale, relax. Now this time we're going to open the jaw, open the mouth. Exhale, relax. This time we're going to stick the tongue out, same thing. Open. Exhale, relax. Again, open. Exhale, relax. One more time. Open. And exhale, relax. From here, start to circle the head out. And I know, if that looks funny or sounds funky or, is this what yoga is? Yeah, actually it is. Circle your head out. We only focus on certain body parts in our stretching, and then we miss over the rest. And I'm trying to look at this in my own personal practice and start to just, I was scratching my head a little bit going, where am I missing some things in my practice? Where are we glazing over things that we use day to day that go underscored or underlooked? The face is one of them. We rub our faces really hard, but we don't take the time to really stretch it out. Good. From here, circle the head in the opposite direction. Just feel for any tension. And in this exercise of mapping our bodies out, just observe and map where there may be some tension or stress. Perfect. Good. Take your arms down along the sides. Bring the head back to center. On an inhale, reach the arms upward slowly. Palms touch. Find the movement in your body. Extend in all directions. Exhale, turn the palms outwards. Extend outwards. Release the hands down towards the ground again. Inhale, sweep the arms and palms up. Reach, reach, reach. Rise the shoulder blades upwards. Exhale, turn the palms outwards. Release the arms, hands down along the sides. Inhale, reach the arms upwards. Palms touch. Extend, extend, extend outwards from the pivoting point in the shoulder. Exhale, turn the palms out. Release, extending from the pivoting point in the shoulder. Hands float down towards the ground. 2 more times. Inhale, reaching up. You may feel your body heating up. Feel the biceps and triceps wrap around the humerus, upper arm bone. Exhale, palms out. Release the arms down along the sides. Keep the forearms, hands engaged. 1 more time. Inhale, reaching up. Our palms, fingertips lightly touch. And on the exhale, palms out, gently release the arms down along the side. Now, let's scoop our arms forward and up. Inhale, reaching up, palms up, keep the triceps wrapping forward. Exhale, palms forward, gently release the arms down along the sides. 4 more times. Inhale, sweep the arms upwards. Palms face the back, thumbs out to the sides, triceps wrapping forward, shoulders against the back. Exhale, palms forward, release the arms, down, forward. 3 more times. Inhale, sweep the palms up, reach, triceps wrap forward, shoulders against the back, extend. Exhale, palms forward, gently float the hands down towards the ground. Arms are straight. 2 more times. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Triceps wrap forward, hands open wide, thumbs out to the sides. Exhale, palms forward, releasing the arms down. 1 more time. Inhale, please reach the arms up. Palms face up. Triceps wrapping forward, hollow out the armpits. Exhale, palms forward, gently release the arms down along the sides. Good. From here, let's come to standing. So as we come to standing, hopefully my head isn't cut off here, but my arm may be. So let's find our range of motion in the right arm. Let's take I'm going to mirror you here. Take your right hand towards your left chest. And then just slowly start to circle the arm out. Full range of motion. As you find your range of motion, feel for any areas where there may be stress or tension. Let the scapula or shoulder blade move against the back. Let it slide around. Connect to that bone that floats on the back of the rib cage. Feel it. And breathe deep. the body temple because, you know, it is this physical structure made of cells that we move through life with. And as a temple is, in many respects, a place of love and worship, we don't worship the body, we don't worship the temple itself, but the temple becomes a place in which we can really worship and enjoy life outside of it a little bit more. Circle the arm in the opposite direction. And as such, you know, if you ever go to like a temple or a church and the bathroom doesn't work and the pews are all broken and there's broken glass, it's not a very welcoming place to do some personal work. And it's the same thing with our body. If the body is in a broken state or in a state of suffering, it's very difficult to enjoy life when that body temple is not in a place or a space to be able to receive what is outside of it. And I'll give you an example. I just got some glasses the other day, and I can't believe I put it off for so long because I didn't realize how much I was missing out on life until I finally got them, and I was like, wow, that was really silly of me. But that's my practice, and now I have an opportunity to look at that a little bit more in my own personal life. Gently release the arm down, roll the shoulder out. And let's take the left hand over to your right breast, and then just start to slowly circle the arm out. Take your time. You know, in this, maybe it doesn't have a yoga pose name to it, but this is still yoga practice because we are moving and connecting to the physical body. And so, honest question, how, and this is more of a self-inquiry to ask ourselves, but how do you want to feel? Do you want to wake up with the same narrative every day? Do you want to wake up with the same self-deprecating thoughts every day? You know, I'm this, I'm that, I'm, you know, not this, I'm not that, I can't get this because of that. Saucha, impure thoughts. Somehow, some way, those thoughts streamed into our minds, we attach to them, and as we attach to them, we create a reality in front of us by that methodology of thinking. We have to be clear with that. The more clear we are, then we start to clean our own life up a little bit more too. Let's circle the arm in the opposite direction. Go slow. Feel the arm moving in the shoulder socket. Feel the shoulder blade moving across the back. Let's work into all those subtle areas where there may be tension or stress. Good. Couple more rounds. Beautiful. And then release the arm down, roll the shoulders out. All right, this next one. Arms out to the sides, and it's just back and forth. Go slow. One arm crosses over. It's like you're giving yourself a hug. Release, arms out. And then the other arm over the top. So we're just switching back and forth, one on top of the other. Open the chest wide, and then close again. Hug. Open chest wide. Take it across. Hug. Open chest wide. Take it across. Hug. Open chest wide. Take it across. Hug. Gotta learn to open our chests up. Inhale, open. Instead of rolling the shoulders down, cross. Hug. Inhale, open. Cross. Hug. Couple more. Inhale, open. Open chest. Cross. Hug. And inhale, open. Exhale, cross, hug. Beautiful. Gently release the arms down. Roll both shoulders out. Now, let's get into our hips and spine a little bit. Separate your feet a little bit more and just put a gentle bend in your knees. A gentle bend in the knees. I'd like us to start with the hips. And all we're doing is isolating the hips a little bit. Very subtle movement here. We'll work into our spine a little bit more. But for a lot of people, you know, and at first I used to struggle with talking about this, but it makes more sense to me, actually, the more I do speak about it. So I'm going to talk about it, but in this particular area of the body, the groin, there is a lot of built up tension here. Some of it is just, you know, conditioning growing up. Some of it may be through sitting repetitively. Some individuals, sadly, things like sexual abuse. Some individuals may have been hurt in this particular area of their body. And so when we're hurt in this area of our body, there is a disconnect to being able to fire up the musculoskeletal system. That can cause back pain because if there is tension in this area, especially the front side, that pulls the body down and that puts tension on the lower back. Opposite direction. You know, feeling of being lost sexually can do that. Feeling of being not wanted can sometimes do that too. Again, these are thoughts and feelings, but they create a physical strain on the body. Keep circling the hips out. Find the muscles of the hips. Smooth it out a little bit. Work your hips around. And it's also not being afraid of this area of our body. Our society sometimes puts such a negative connotation on sometimes sensuality and sexuality, and religion sometimes gets in the way of that too. Oh, you're a naughty person. Like, we're human beings and we're animals too. But we also, if not paying attention to the relationships we're creating, can also create a lot of suffering for ourselves. And I feel that a lot of how it's been talked about makes it more of a fear-based thing rather than let's just have an open conversation about this stuff and get clear with it. All right, coming back towards center, let's start to circle the spine out now. So take the hips all the way around, the best that you can. Start to straighten the legs. As you circle the hips around, really feel into your side, waist, and back. Observe where there's some tension or stress here. Remember, you don't have to hold on to that tension or stress. But what it does require doing is looking at it and acknowledging it, and then finding certain stretches or exercises that allow us to work into it. Go slow. Take your time. You know, these types of practices are not intended to just whip our bodies around and hurt ourselves. One more round in this direction. Circling. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, circle the hips in the opposite direction. Feel into your back. You know, and Saucha comes down to our relationships too. If we're in relationships that are toxic, and we're constantly surrounding ourselves with people that are talking negative all the time, you know, I always feel it's not my job to change people. I can only change myself. But if it's people that I care about and truly love, then I might say, hey, this is coming up for me, and you can tell me, you know, that I'm wrong. I'm not going to get my ego involved, but this is coming up. And, you know, it's not to control the other person. The true practice of compassion, if we're being compassionate, we're seeing somebody else's suffering. And I feel that it's looking at it internally and then speaking about it in a way that can be relatable and make sense. Slowly come back up. Take a long, slow, deep breath in. Exhale. Now we're going to cross the body. We're going to do some twists here. So we're going to take our left arm and reach over to our right. Go as far as you can. Keep your feet planted. Then come back again. And then switch. Reach over to your left. And then come back again. You want to find a little pause. Reach over to your right. Come back. Hand to the hip. Reach over to our left. Grab. Bring the hand back to the hip. Reach it over to your right. Grab. Come back. Find your twist. Reach over to the left. Find the rotation in the spine. Come back. Couple more. Reach. Twist. Come back. Reach. Twist. Come back. Reach. Twist. Come back. One more. Reach. Twist. Come back. Good. Step your feet together. Shake the legs out. All right. Now, you're going to separate the feet just a little wider than hips distance apart. And so we're going to start working on a little bit of hip movement here. So just follow along with me. I'll describe it. But we're going to take our knee, and we'll start with our right knee. We're going to shift the weight onto our left leg. We're going to draw it up and around, and then step it back down. And then same thing with the other side. Draw up and around, smoothly step down. The reason for this exercise, one, learning hip control, ankle control, fine movement, motor control inside of our bodies. It's not about going like this, you know. It's about going slow so we can really feel the muscles in our legs and find a deeper connection to them. Let's begin. You can have your hands on your hips for support. All right, so we'll start with the right leg. Draw it inwards towards the left knee. Take it up, set it down, and then over to the other side. All in control, setting it down. Right side, lowering down. Left side, lowering down. Right side, lowering down. That was a little fast for me. Left side, lowering down with control. Right side, soft, light landing. Left side, soft, light landing. Right side, glide with it, lowering down. Left side, take the knee as high as you can and out, down. Right side, knee high, pick it up, down. Left side, all in control, lowering it down. Find the range of motion, right side. Good. Left side. We'll do 5 more. 5. 5. Land softly. 4. 4. 3. 3. 2. 2. 1. And 1. Good. Shake the legs out. So this next one, learning to get our knees up. Example, a lot of individuals, because they have tight psoas, have a hard time bringing their knee upwards towards their chest. And so the knee can only lift up to about here. Okay, it's finding that range of motion again that allows us to drive the knee up, out, and then down. As a runner in my previous lifetime, years ago, that was a big part of a running gait and also through efficiency of running. The same thing with walking. If we can be quite a bit more efficient in our walking if we're more aware of where our body is in space, how we're moving the knees, how we're linking our spine to our legs in the landing and touching down. So follow along with me. You're going to balance on the left foot. If you need to be near a wall, be near a wall. And all it is knee up, out, lower down. Knee up, right side, out, lower down. Okay, we're going to do 10 rounds together and just follow along, breathe deep. Inhale, knee up, Exhale, out and down. Inhale, knee up, out, exhale, down. 8 more, knee up, out, exhale, down. 7 more, knee up, out, exhale, down. 6, knee up, out, knee down. 5, knee up, out, leg down. 4, knee up, leg out, down. 3, knee up, out, down. 2, knee up, out, down. 1 more, knee up, out, and down. Shake the leg out. And then you can turn around. I'll turn around for you. So balancing on the right foot, same thing. Knee up as high as we can, leg out, and then down. Inhale, knee goes up, out, exhale, it lowers down. Let's go together. We'll do 10 rounds. Pressing down to the right foot. Inhale, left knee up, out, exhale, down. 9, knee up, out, lower down. 8, knee up, out, lower down. 7, knee up, out, lower down. 6, knee up, out, lower down. 5, knee up, out, lower down. 4, knee up, out, lowering down. 3, knee up, out, lower down. 2, knee up, out, lower down. 1, knee up, out, lower down. Shake the legs out. All right, so for this next one, you can go to a wall or you can go to a table, and this is a leg swing. And so, sorry, you're going to see my bottom here, but it's a leg swing. You're going to stand about 2 feet away from a wall, and it's back and forth. This is my right leg. Take it out and across, out and across. Now, I know I was kind of doing it fast there, so let's slow it down a little bit so we have finer motor control with it. We're going to do 10 rounds. So go to a wall or go to a table or a chair that you can use. And we're just going to swing the leg, starting from a neutral position. We're going to do the right leg. Let's begin. Right leg to the right, swing it across the body. Out to the right, swing it across the body. 8 more. Out to the right, swing it across the body. 7, out to the right, swing it across the body. 6, out to the right, swing it across the body. 5, out to the right, swing across the body. 4, to the right, out across the body. 3, to the right, swing it across the body. 2, to the right, smooth swing across the body. 1, to the right, and swing it across the body. Come back towards center, shake the leg out. And then we're going to go over to our left side. Try to have a long spine, so your spine is long, hands are there merely for support. Let's begin. Pressing down through your right foot, working on the left leg, float the left foot up off the ground. Let's begin. Left leg out to the left, smoothly swing it across the body with control. 9 to the left, across the body to the right. 8 to the left, across the body to the right. 7 to the left, across the body to the right. 6 to the left, across the body to the right. 5 to the left, across the body to the right. 4 to the left, across the body. 3 to the left, across the body. 2 to the left, across the body. 1 to the left, and across the body. Lower the foot down, Shake the legs out. All right, for the next one, let's just do some basic squats together. Okay, with basic squats, keep your heels down towards the ground. Now, everybody's going to be a little bit different on this one. I'd like you to go as low as you can without lifting the heels off the ground, which means on this particular squat, we're going to work past that 90-degree bend, and so go as low as you can all the way down to the ground, and then smoothly come back up again. All right, if you have to use your hands, use your hands, but the main thing I'd like for you to work on is keeping your heels rooted to the ground, and, you know, do the best you can. It's not about comparing ourselves or anything like that. So starting with the hands on the hips, gaze is forward, try to maintain a long spine, navel in to protect the back, keep the navel pulling in, take an inhale, exhale, lower all the way down without lifting your heels off the ground. Smoothly come back up again, hands to the hips. Exhale, arms forward, lower without lifting your heels off the ground. Inhale, smoothly rise. Exhale, smoothly lower. Inhale, smoothly rise, hands to hips. Exhale, smoothly lower, any amount. 7 more. Rising, long spine, lowering it down. 6, rise, lowering down. 5, rising, lowering it down. 4, rising, smoothly lower. 3, rising, smoothly lower. 2, rising, smoothly lower. 1, rising, and smoothly lowering down. Slowly come up, inhale, shake the legs out. Now, for this next one, it's going to require a little bit of balance, but it's about pivoting around the hip. So we're going to take our right hand to our right hip. We're going to float the left foot up off the ground, and all we're going to do is take the left leg back, tap the right fingertips to the ground. Slowly come back up again. So that's 10. Left leg back, right fingertips down. 9, we lift. 8, come up. 7, right fingertips down, left leg back, come up. Not too fast, even for myself. 6, left leg back, right fingertips down, come up. If it's hard, that's good. 5, left leg back, right fingertips down, come up. 4, left leg back, right fingertips down, come up. 3, left leg back, right fingertips come in, slowly come back up. 2, left leg back, right fingertips come down, slowly come up. And 1 more, left leg back, right fingertips come down, and slowly, whoa, I lost balance, come up. It happens. Shake the legs out. I got to do 1 more just so I can kind of clear that one up. All right. So let's go to the other side. Plant through the left foot, left hand, left hip. As Bob Ross says, there are no mistakes, just happy accidents. So you're going to plant through the left foot, right hand on the right hip. Take an inhale. Exhale, let it go. Let's begin. Right leg back, left fingertips touch the ground. Slowly with control, come up. Find the left leg. Right leg back, left fingertips touch the ground. Slowly come up. 8 more. Right leg back, left fingertips down. Slowly come up. 7. Right leg back, left fingertips down. Slowly come up. 6. Right leg back, left fingertips come down. Slowly come up. 5. Right leg back, left fingertips come down. Slowly, long spine, come up. 4. Right leg back, left fingertips come down. Slowly come up. 3. Right leg back, left fingertips come down. Slowly come up. 2 more. Right leg back, left fingertips come down. Slowly with control, come up. 1 more. Right leg back, left fingertips come down. And slowly come back up. Shake the legs out. All right. This next one. Let's take the legs wide apart. As we take our legs wide apart, and on inhale, reach the arms out to the sides. Palms touch. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Release the hands, fingertips down towards the ground, pigeon-toed feet. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Let's hold here for a moment. You can walk the hands underneath you. Let the head hang. Now this next movement we're going to do, it's called Flossing the Hips. And go slow on this one. Go as deep as you can and work with some of the discomfort that may come up. On the inhale, half lift. On the exhale, bend into your right knee. We're going to come into a Skandasana or side lunge. Good. Inhale. Slowly come back towards center. Keep the hands in the center. Exhale, bend into your left knee. Skandasana to the left. Inhale, center, go slow. Notice where you may be moving faster. Exhale, over to the right side. You can walk your hands a little bit if you need to. Inhaling, center. Exhaling to the left side. Inhaling, center, go slow. Exhale, over to the right side. Observe how your body moves from side to side. Inhaling, center. Exhale to the left side. Get low. Inhaling, center. Exhaling to the right side. Eventually we do this without hands. Inhaling, center. Exhale to our left side. Do 2 more full rounds. Inhale, center. Exhale, right side. Inhaling, center. Exhaling, left side. 1 more. Inhale, center. Exhaling, right side. And inhaling, center. Exhaling to the left side. Good. Inhale, back to center. And eventually we learn to do it side to side without the hands. Back and forth, back and forth. But that's with practice. Let's come down onto our buttocks. And I say that because we first have to find the muscles. Trying to do a movement without understanding how to engage a muscle is practically impossible. So we first do these basic movements to get an understanding of where this stuff is located in the body and how we can fire it up so that it works together in coordination rather than in disconnect. So let's take our feet out in front of us, bend the knees. We've done this one before. And if you want to take your hands behind you to start with, please take your hands behind you. We're just going to windshield wiper our knees so our knees touch towards the ground. We'll first start to our right. Inhale, take your knees over to the right side. Press the knees down. Slowly come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, knees to your left side. Press the knees down towards the ground. Inhaling, center. Exhale, knees to your right. Flex the feet. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the left. Inhaling, center. Exhaling, knees to your right. Inhaling, center. Exhaling, knees to the left. If you want to take the hands off the ground, you can. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the right. Find the movement, navel in. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the left. Keep your chest pointing forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the right. Inhaling, center. Exhale, knees left. Feet stay flexed. Inhaling, center. Exhale, knees right. And inhaling, center. Exhaling, knees left. Good. Slowly come back towards center. And from here, let's make our way onto our bellies. A good pose to come into, I always feel like on a daily basis, is coming into Sphinx Pose. I have my clients do this one almost every time I see them, especially because a lot of them sit at a desk. So open the hands wide, firm the elbows in, lift the chest up, take the gaze forward. Now press your pubic bone into the ground. As you press your pubic bone into the ground, unclench the buttocks. You don't need your buttocks to push that down. Pull the navel in. Lift the chest up. Lightly press your thighs down to the ground. Hold here. Now we're going to do a very subtle movement. Rock your hips to the right. Rock your hips to the left. Rock your hips to the right. Rock your hips to the left. Rock your hips to the right. Rock your hips to the left. Rock your hips to the right. And rock your hips to the left. Good. A little bit of strength here. Tuck your toes. Press your heels back. Navel in. So use your core muscles. Press through the forearms. Inhale, lift your hips up off the ground. Exhale, gently lower the hips down. Inhale, lift hips up. Exhale, smoothly lower. Inhale, up, navel in. Exhale, lower, not a whole lot, just 2 more rounds. Inhaling, up. Exhaling, lower. And inhaling, up. Exhale, lower all the way down towards the ground. Cross your forearms. Bring your forehead down to your forearms and then bend your right knee, flex the right foot. So another one we can work on is lift your right thigh, right knee away from the ground. Okay? We're going to go slow here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Press the pubic bone down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 8, lift right leg. Lower it down. 7, lift. Keep a 90-degree bend. Lower down. 5, lift. Lower down. 4, lift. Lower down. 3, lift. Lower down. 2, lift. Lower down. 1, lift. And lower it down. Release the right leg down, bend your left knee. Flex your left foot, point through the right toes. Let's begin. 10, lift. Lower down smoothly. 9, lift. Lower down smoothly. 8, lift. Lower down smoothly. 7, lift. Lower down smoothly. 6, lift. Lower it down. 5, lift. Lower it down. 4, lift. Lower down. 3, lift. Lower down. 2, lift. Lower down. 1, lift. Gently lower down. Release the left foot down. Take the hands by the low ribs. Slowly press into a child's pose. Knees wide apart, big toes touch. Crawl the hands out in front of you. Take a long, slow, full, deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. Long, slow, full, deep breath in. Exhale, releasing. One more, deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. Slowly walk your hands in. As you walk your hands in, take your legs out in front of you. As you take your legs out in front of you, shake the legs out. Let's just stretch our hamstrings a little, arms reaching up. Inhale. Exhale, seated forward fold, out and over the legs. Fold in. And notice your flexibility. Notice if you have a little bit more range of motion in this forward fold today. Deep breath in. Exhale. You know, and something that's helpful too, if you have a partner, I realize not every relationship doesn't have communication, but it certainly helps if you can communicate with your partner and talk to them about this stuff. Because if we're not talking about the things that are toxic in our lives, or if there's a codependence level that is between you and a loved one, that can lead to potential suffering for you and your loved one later on. And I talk to Shelley quite a bit about this stuff. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, let it go. Because I would never want anything that I'm carrying to accidentally rub off on somebody else and then feel the effects from that. And part of the purification process is in a relationship is a sounding board for us to be able to navigate and work with. Essentially, we're choosing that other person to go through life with. It's so important to be able to talk to them about these types of things. Otherwise, we could be potentially creating misery for ourselves or for others if we're not engaged or happy in it. And that's why couple counseling, couple therapy is useful. And I know sometimes we say to ourselves, oh, I've been in this forever, it's just the way it is. That's a toxic belief system. That's a toxic myth. And we have to learn to work through that. Otherwise, just the way it is unless we come to pure acceptance with it and we're not complaining about it on a regular basis, just the way it is can actually be more harmful to us later on. Just saying, putting that out there. I could be wrong, but I feel it's important to at least talk about. Let's go ahead and make our way onto our backs. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock it side to side a little bit. And we'll finish off with a twist. Bring the right knee in, lengthen your left leg forward. Inhale. Exhale, twist across the body, over to the left side. Right arm reaches out to the right shoulder down, right palm face up. As you turn the head to the right, take a long, slow, full, deep breath in. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhaling. Full breath in. Exhale. Good. From here, slowly come back towards center. Switch. Left knee in, right leg long. Full breath, inhale. Exhale, twist across the body, over to the right. Left arm goes out to the left palm face up, left shoulder down. Long, slow, smooth, deep breath in. Exhaling. Long, slow, smooth, deep breath in. Exhaling. One more, deep breath in. And exhale. With the next inhale, we'll bring our left knee in, bring our right knee in. We'll give ourselves one final hug and a squeeze. Please take a long, slow, full, deep breath in, fill lungs up, sip in a little more air, hug it all together into a tight ball. And on the exhale, release it all down towards the ground, Shavasana, closing the eyes. We'll take about 3 to 4 minutes here. Just close the eyes, relax, allow yourself to be at peace, let go. And for today, play one of the medicine flutes I have. And slowly start to move the fingers, move the toes, circle out the wrists, circle out the ankles, roll the shoulders up, back and down. Turning the head side to side, opening and closing the mouth. The deepest, longest inhales all day. Reach the arms up and over the head. Long stretch, lengthen. And on the exhale, release the arms down along the sides. Placing a gentle bend in your knees, please roll to your left side. Use your right hand, press yourself up. Come into a comfortable seated position. You come into a comfortable seated position, sitting tall, placing the hands over the heart. And just continuing this practice of vigilance, of looking at ourselves introspectively, not through judgment, but just saying, hey, is this helping me or hindering me? Is this adding cleanliness to my life in some shape or form? Is it causing personal suffering in some way? The more we practice and take an honest look at this, the more we are able to change internally, we also begin to experience that change externally. Please take a long, slow, deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhaling. Inhale, fill lungs. Exhale, bow the head down towards the hands. Honoring yourself, your practice for showing up on your mat. We honor our friends, families, loved ones, and supporters. In gratitude for the many blessings, gifts, and abundance in our lives today. And in gratitude for the many teachers and guides who came long before us, who passed along these practices called yoga. Releasing the hands down, opening the eyes, and lifting your chins. Thanks so much, everybody, for practice with me. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I hope you found this practice helpful and what I shared made sense. If it didn't, please reach out. It's better to ask that stuff if it doesn't make sense than maybe carrying a narrative along with us. It's like, oh my God, that didn't make sense at all. What is he talking about? Like, this is where dialogue is so important in this practice, because if there's a misunderstanding or a miscommunication, then that's where clarity needs to be made. Otherwise, we continue to move down that path of impurity or uncleanliness. Thank you so much, everybody, for your time. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Ho'oponopono. Aho. Namaste.